Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy Mexican style soup in the crock pot with Mexican red rice. This is going to be good. Okay, so beef caldo in my slow cooker. I'm working with somewhere between 5 to 6 pounds of beef shank. You could also use chuck roast pieces for this. Here I have a variety of vegetables. I have potatoes, like a pound, cabbage. I have onion, chayote, which is a type of Mexican squash. I have another type of Mexican squash. You could use zucchini. Here I have 2 large carrots. I have celery chopped in the middle. I'm also using 2 to 3 tablespoons of beef bouillon powder, salt, and pepper to taste. Here I have 2 cloves of garlic, a bunch of fresh cilantro, and 2 bay leaves that I'll add. And it's gonna be good. So in my crock pot, I'm adding the beef, and I'm just sort of gonna arrange it in a layer here at the bottom. I'm also gonna add whatever is left of this container of beef bouillon powder. It's somewhere between 2 to 3 tablespoons. You could start with 2 tablespoons and taste it for salt and seasoning. Here I'm adding some salt. I'm also gonna add some cracked black pepper. Here are my 2 cloves of garlic going in. You could mince that as well. I'm gonna add my onion and just sort of, again, do this like in layers. By the way, I'm working with an 8-quart crock pot or slow cooker. I'm gonna add the carrots. I'm also going to add the chayote, and I'll do the potatoes, the celery. It's all going in, and it's going to look like it doesn't fit in the slow cooker, but if you're working with an 8-quart crock pot or slow cooker, it'll definitely work. So I'm just going to pile all the vegetables in, and the last thing I'm going to add as far as the veggies is going to be the cabbage on top. By the way, I do have several beef or chicken caldo recipes on my channel. I will link them somewhere at the top of this video or in the description below. By the way, the ingredients and the measurements will be in the description as well. So here I'm adding all of the cabbage, and like I said, it's gonna look like it's not gonna fit. It will fit, trust the process. So I'm gonna arrange it and kind of mash it in there. And I'm also adding 6 cups of water. And the vegetables and the beef will render their own natural juices and water content. Here I'm adding the bay leaf. Actually, I should have added that to the bottom. So do that if you're gonna make this. And here I'm gonna just add the cilantro right on top. And some people do like to add guajillo chiles and puree it for the broth. You could do that, or add a smidge of tomato sauce. I'm going to add the rest of that water. Like I said, in all, it's 6 cups. Add the lid, and I know it's kind of packed. And I'm going to set this to high, and it's going to take somewhere between 4 to 6 hours. Okay, so for the Mexican red rice, I have 1.5 cups of long grain rice that I rinsed in cold water. Here I'm working with like a teaspoon of ground cumin seeds with black peppercorn in the mix. I have an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I'm also going to be adding chicken bouillon in the mix. Here I have some fresh sliced onion, and I'll probably shake in some garlic powder. Okay, so in my preheated pan, I'm adding some cooking oil and the rice, and I'm gonna toast this over a low to medium low heat until it becomes fragrant, aromatic, and light golden in color. And take your time with this, you don't wanna burn it. And I want to mention, a lot of you make Mexican red rice at home. If you don't want to rinse your rice, you don't have to. I can't control how you cook in your kitchen, but this is just something I do. And I think a lot of people do. It removes the extra starch. Okay, here I'm adding my fresh onion. I want those to sort of go along with the toasting rice. It does make the ingredients in the pan very aromatic with that fresh onion. I like it. And here I'm going to shake in the ground cumin seeds and black peppercorn. And the amount for that is up to you. You can go with a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, a 1/2 teaspoon of cracked black pepper. It all works. So now I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of chicken bouillon powder. And I'm going to quickly just combine this. I'm really not cooking it. I just want it to sort of combine and disperse throughout the pan. Now for the tomato sauce, carefully by the way, because it does start to pop and splatter. Give that a mix, and I'm just gonna let that mix and simmer or sizzle quickly. I don't want it to burn, but I want it to sort of coat the rice. And now this is something I love to do, but if you don't have this particular can of tomato sauce, it's really 3 cups of water going in, but I'm going to use this can as a measurement. So 1, here's the second, 2, and 3. 3 cups of water going in. And you could add minced fresh garlic. I am going to go with garlic powder, somewhere between a half teaspoon to a full teaspoon. It really depends on how much garlic you want in here. I'm just going to eyeball things today. I'm going to quickly mix that. And I'm going to cover this with a lid to bring it up to a simmer or a boil. And once it looks like this is perfect, by the way, don't lift the lid. I'm going to lower the heat, and you're going to let this simmer with the lid on for about 18 minutes or so. Okay, so it has been close to 4 hours. By the way, the cook time varies, especially if you're working with cold meat. That'll make things take longer. But I didn't have corn on the cob, so I'm going to add a drained can of corn in the last hour of cook time. So like I said, it's somewhere between 3.5 to 4 hours at this point. And I also want to show you, I have skimmed off a lot of the fat that rendered on the top. So I'm just going to shake in this can of corn. I'm going to give it a mix and let it continue cooking until the meat is tender. In all, it's probably going to take 4.5 to 5 hours for the meat to get tender. And by the time that the meat is tender, everything else will be cooked through. Oh, looks so good. I also want to mention, if you want to taste the broth at this point, because everything's cooked, you're essentially waiting for the meat to get tender. You can taste it for salt or seasoning and adjust this to your preference. Taste buds are funny that way, so what I may find as salty, you might think it needs more salt. It really is up to you. Okay, so my rice is done, and I'm not going to remove the lid. I am going to just set it to the side with the lid on for about 10 to 15 minutes, just to let it set. So my caldo is ready, and I'm going to serve a bowl. Look at this. It smells amazing in my kitchen, and I love to make caldos in the slow cooker. I don't know. I have the time to do it. I'm at home. I don't have to stand over the stove and stir things. And if you're cooking this on low, you can do this for about 8-9 hour cooking process. So if you have to do things throughout the day and you want to come home to dinner made in the slow cooker, it totally works. And at this point, my rice is ready, so I'm just going to scoop that and place it right into the bowl. And I don't know, maybe try not to make a mess like I am. Okay, so at this point, you can squeeze fresh lime juice right into the bowl, served with hot corn tortillas on the side, and dinner is ready. So I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.